What's up, Mono Black Special Audio? So today we are gonna continue the part 2 of what if Goku was a legendary Super Saiyan. So the previous video was crazy, it hurt more than 500 views, and I appreciate you guys, liking that all. That I was too enthusiastic for that video, so I won't be enthusiastic right now. I'll just narrate like a normal person. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get watching. So some years passed after the first part, after Goku and Raditz being immortal, Goku having a gigantic damn body and all. And yeah, Goku has a body of age 35. He has the body of Broly, more ripped one, you could say. Yeah, and he can control his power, no problem. And now the how many years? Goku was 21 when the Raditz came, right? Yeah, which means 3 to 21 when I say yeah, 18 years have passed since then. They were, so I'll just cover 18 years, very quickly. Raditz and Goku land at Yardrat. Many of them were hostile towards him because why wouldn't they? But Raditz explains the situation, about Goku being his brother and his power being uncontrollable, so they had to, make his body control, blah blah blah. Then they take him to Paibaru, and Paibaru, teaches Raditz and Goku spirit control. I mean, Goku can't learn right spirit control right now, but he teaches Raditz. But Goku plays with the little kids. And there are some people who in Raditz are thinking, this guy is big, but he's acting like a child. But then Raditz explains to everyone that this guy's a 3-year-old kid. He needs to mature and all. So yeah, years pass by and Goku's ready to be trained by Paibara, and Raditz, who's ahead of him by a lot, then realizes Goku's catching up pretty fast. Then this motivates Raditz, I basically mastered spiritual control and all, and he's just training normally. So he has a sparring partner after Goku, masters his spiritual control training, which is calming down, nothing hard, instant transmission, spirit fusion, and minimize healing, uh, uh, double triple things. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Raditz and Goku's, spirit fusion training. I mean, spirit control training. They both have Raditz and Goku learned the same thing. Like, as I said, not regeneration, healing, which they don't really need, but they want to be safe than sorry. So 18 years pass by, and Goku and Raditz are ready. Goku's smart. He has his brother's cunningness. He has Paibara's intelligence. Yeah, but in terms of how Goku's way out of the league of Frieza and even King Cold, his levels among the gods. I mean, not literally. The guy, the people who will see him will think that he's among the gods, but they don't know about Jesus' power right now. So then they make a plan to there are many there were many in this 18 years there were many Frieza soldiers which came to Yardrat, but Goku and Raditz kill them off easily, without them seeing him. They both, so because they didn't want to have that really weird complication about that. Since Raditz and Goku didn't want any complication with the Frieza, so the Yardrat won't be able to be attacked. Frieza is getting all these messages about his planet being, his attempt of being planet being destroyed. Frieza doesn't really mind this. He thinks that there's some strong people, but he'll handle them later. Okay, about let's say about Vegeta's team. Vegeta's team consists of only two people, Vegeta and Nappa, but their power is a little less than what was really, because they don't have Raditz to train with. And even if they don't train, they need someone to beat up, right? The proficiency, accuracy. They need someone to, have it up. But since they don't have, their power is going to be less, but not by a drastic amount. Nappa is going to be 4000. not 4500, not 5000, just 4000 full power. And Vegeta is gonna be 17,000 full power, not 18,000. Okay. So let's talk about Goku and Raditz power level. Goku hasn't unlocked us, that this thing, Saiyan power, this Super Saiyan thingy. Yes, legendary Super Saiyan power because he doesn't want to annihilate the galaxy, but he can control it because he has spirit. He has full control of his body and mind due to Paibara's training. Okay, but let's talk about Raditz and Goku's power level. Raditz power level is 72,000. I mean, 72 million. Why 72 million? That guy is literally can defeat Frieza's first form, second form, third form, and his half, final form, and I mean half percent, 50% Frieza's final form. Why? Because Goku and Raditz would have trained together, to make Goku more proficient in his battle tactics. Goku would have learned the what you call that move, the double Sunday, and Goku would also have learned instant transmission. Goku would have learned something different. He would have created his own one, special beam cannon. Okay, now let's talk about what do you say? What is this thing called? Yeah, Earth. Okay, so after Goku and after Goku and Raditz left the Earth, the Kami was still doing his godly jobs, and Gohan, who didn't have really anything to do, just started training there. But then Kami came up with an idea to seize King Piccolo of whatever. If Centron could make someone's body immortal, or this guy's legendary Super Saiyan's body is immortal, so I think Kami could, Centron could do that. So he summons Centron, tells Kami his three wishes. Number one is to separate King Piccolo from Kami. They should not have any link. Number two, destroy King Piccolo from this entire world. And number three, make Kami immortal and young. And yeah, that's the three. So Kami can be Kami without any hazarding. So, and he keeps the Dragon Balls up in the lookout because he doesn't want other people to find it. So, which means Bulma won't go to a journey, and she won't meet Yamcha. She won't meet Goku, that's a given. But yeah, since there's no big threat like King Piccolo, so the years will go will be peaceful. But the Red Ribbon Army will try to take over the world, but they don't have the Dragon Ball, so they have to use military one. But the army of the capital will use their more production army to wipe out Red Ribbon Army, so that's not a problem. And since there's no Dragon Ball, so Pilaf gang was also not present and all, he just dies. So anyways, so now let's talk about the battle between today's people. So Goku and Raditz have been fully prepared to eliminate Frieza. So the plan is, you will get in the story. So Raditz and Kakarot, first sends Nappa and Vegeta's place. They put instant transmission to that. That's when he sees Nappa and Vegeta, destroying some planets. Well, Vegeta's and Nappa's life didn't go differently, but that's still the same except for Raditz being included. So, anyways, Raditz, tells Nappa and Vegeta shocked that these two really weird things have come in front of them. But then Vegeta sees the tails. He smirks and says, Saiyans, huh? In this planet? I didn't know. But then Nappa says, There must be some weaklings. But let's take them. Yeah, you're right. But then, Vegeta looks closely to the long-haired guy. He senses something familiar with him. Then he utters a word. Raditz? Nappa, sees Vegeta, then sees Raditz. Raditz smirks and says, "Well, well, Vegeta, how do you do?" Now, Vegeta smirks and says, "You betrayed us. So, and now you are here with this other guy, other Saiyan. So, what is your plan?" Raditz smirks and says, "Well, we are here to kill you guys. So, bye bye, I guess." When Nappa comes up, "Ha! Awakening like you can never defeat us." Raditz says, "Whom are you calling a weakling, dumbass?" "My brother." This guy points at Kakarot, says, "That guy's a legendary Super Saiyan, and I have trained with him literally my whole life. So I don't think you can even scratch, touch my hair, you big oaf." Nappa, gets angry and says, "Vegeta, let me take care of Raditz." Fine, I'll take care of this Raditz's brother. I don't know what his name is, but this body is bulky, so I think you should be careful. Even Raditz's body is bulky, so this Vegeta says this, okay? Then Nappa rushes at Raditz, but Raditz just points one finger and unleashes the keyblades, which basically annihilates Nappa. Then Vegeta, who was gonna move to Kakarot, just saw what happened and he was shocked. A blast, just a blast to erase Nappa. Sure, Nappa was weak, but just one blast, that's bad. Then Raditz sees Vegeta with a smirk. Vegeta says, "Ha ha 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 ha. You think, Raditz, you're gonna defeat me? I'm prince of all saints." Then Kakarot steps up and says, "Shut the bull cap, you dumbass. I'm the legendary Super Saiyan, so your your title of Prince of All Saints is bullcrap." Vegeta gets angry. "You are not the legendary Super Saiyan. I am destined to be legendary Super Saiyan." Kakarot comments, "And how do you know?" Vegeta says, "I am the Prince of I am Prince of All Saints." "So, if you're not the Prince of All Saints, that means you won't be the legendary Super Saiyan?" Kakarot asks the question. "Damn you low-class warrior!" Again with this status. You maybe have a royal blood in your veins, but you don't have a legendary Super Saiyan in your veins. B, he says the B word, and then Vegeta snaps and Jamla, attacks. But where Kakarot doesn't waste any time, just forms a small key burst in his hand and fires it. It analyzes into a large wave and poof, Vegeta's gone. All this talkative about Vegeta versus Vegeta's team and Kakarot's team was heard by Frieza, so Frieza knows that there's this guy called Legendary Super Saiyan and all that shit. Oh yeah, and Raditz and Kakarot know how to sense energy, so that's a plus. So now let's continue. Then Raditz says that they have to finish Frieza. Then Vegeta, Kakarot and Vegeta, Raditz search the area and they find Frieza and they go to his, his ship, which was hovering over Namek. Yeah, I think this is the part where Namek saga starts. You could say. Okay, now we might be okay. I'll clear it up. They started the preparations when the Saiyan saga started, but they finished the preparation they started the preparation when Raditz came to Earth in the original canon, but they finished the preparation when Vegeta came to Earth in the original canon. So yeah, they took a full year to have discussion, have the plan set in motion. So now they teleport to Frieza, and Frieza, thinks they have no opportunity and sends his guards against it, but Kakarot and Radus go back, use all their power, and literally annihilate the planet. Literally annihilate. I mean Frieza's ship. And then they think they're in outside space, which they can't breathe. They hold their breath, use instant transmission to go to the yard. And yeah, that's where we're gonna leave for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff, and if you don't, I can understand. Then peace out.